Well, hello. I'm Mary Bartos with the Bartos Group of Premier Plus Realty, and you have reached the Really Mary Show. Super delighted and excited to have my guest on today's show, Jonathan Bursich. Hello, Jonathan.
Hi, Mary. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Now, as a guest, you get to give your most infamous or famous version of Really Mary. So give it a whirl.
All right, here goes. Really, Mary?
I love it. I think we're going to have our guests have clips in it and pull that together. Today's topic is really what's happening in the North versus the South. And, markets that feed us in Southwest Florida being Naples, Bonita, Fort Myers, Estero, and of course, Marco Island in those cities are being fed mostly from other markets. Obviously, we have first-time home buyers and people moving in and around that live here full time, but we do have certainly a lot of second homes. Now, Jonathan, and also AKA JB, and I might, call him both names, actually is licensed in two markets. He's in Pennsylvania in the Pittsburgh area, and then here in Naples. So Jonathan, talk a little bit about what's happening in a little bit as you see it in both of those markets.
Okay, so first, there's definitely some things that are similar, and that being right now, there's a shortage of homes. Whether you're in Naples or whether you're in Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh specifically, there's a lot of buyers, but the buyers are still out there, but we just don't have enough inventory. And that's a struggle for realtors who are trying to find that perfect home, for their buyers. But with that being said, Naples is a very different market than Pittsburgh. Naples, you have people retiring. You do have people moving down here with their families, but more clients that I talk to they're trying to get away from the cold. They're either semi-retired or retired, or they're looking for a vacation spot. And in Pittsburgh, although I love it, I'm originally from Pittsburgh, people don't normally go there to vacation. They go there to settle down. It's a great city. There's beautiful restaurants. The fall is the best time of year. But people are looking there for the great school systems that go along with Western Pennsylvania. And it's a great place to raise a family. So although there's a shortage of homes in there as well, they're looking for their forever home until they can retire.
I love your synopsis of that, very different market. Now, Jonathan, what we're seeing and what, lots of articles are writing about is folks that are, and maybe the area that you're in Pittsburgh isn't as high, but people have put their dreams off, or now they can work remotely, and they find, Florida, and especially in our area, very tax friendly, no income tax, and our property taxes are about 1% of the purchase price. So how does that relate to what's happening, in Pittsburgh, in the area that you sell in up there?
So I've seen, both aspects of that, both down here and in Pittsburgh. I know clients that have been working from home in Pittsburgh looking to downsize, but also looking to upsize because they now have their kids staying with them. And the same thing is true with with Naples, is that I have clients that are moving, out of these large cities, like New York, for example, and they're moving to Naples because they can work remotely. And they decided that, why not move to a place where I like the weather and where I can enjoy the outdoors all year long rather than just a few months.
Without a doubt. I mean, I'm sure you've read, Jonathan, the baby boomers, of which I am part of that generation. I know you're not, you're younger, have been retiring for the last 10 years at $20,000 a day. And they said $20,000 a day for the next 20. So now we got 10 more years. And we thought our market in Southwest Florida was just going to blow up. And then life changed. And now we are seeing it blow up because of the situation that's happening around us. People can work from wherever they want. And people are like, why put my dreams on hold, right? I mean, you, Jonathan, are an amazing golfer, right? So talk about golf in retirement down here versus golf in Pittsburgh.
Well, thank you for the amazing adjective. I know a lot about golf, and I have amazing in me at some points, but I appreciate that, Mary. golf is a big part of my life, both in Pittsburgh and in Naples. I grew up around the game. I played golf in high school and in college. I worked at some of the most prestigious golf courses in the country and in the world. But golf down in Naples is very different from Pittsburgh. It is a relaxed atmosphere. People are playing, when it's snowing in the north, people are enjoying the best life down here in Naples at some of the best courses, and then going out to dinner at some of the best restaurants. In Pittsburgh, when you're golfing, you're sweating in July and in August and September, and dodging in between rain showers because you're trying to play your favorite course, before it gets dark. And in Naples, if you're playing golf in the summer, it's you're probably the only one on the golf course.
Yeah, it's been a little warm down here in the late of August that we're airing this show, of early September for sure. Is spot on. But, lifestyle is so different, like you said, between the two areas regionally. One, you're still working, and what's happening with, people like, amazingly, like Google and some of the other large companies aren't going to go back into the offices until late 2021. So another year plus of working remotely. Are you seeing that in the city and people coming from the cities and those large commercial office buildings?
Absolutely. I would say that I can say, half of the clients that I've been dealing with in Pittsburgh are now working from home or looking to downsize from their home to maybe have two homes, one at their mountain retreat, where they can spend half their time because they're not tied to going into the office 5 days out of the week.
Yeah, for sure.
I have family members that are the same way. They're thinking about, okay, where do I want to end up long term? Because right now I don't have to necessarily be in Pittsburgh for the rest of my life.
Well, it's funny because home has become so much more important now. Not that it wasn't before, but so much more important. Like, what do I need in my home? Do I need a home office? Some people are homeschooling. Talk about that in Pittsburgh. What's happening with the schools there? Did they go back? Did they have choices?
So yeah, they a lot of them did go back in Pittsburgh. They were similar to Collier County. They weren't sure up into the last moment. Unfortunately, some of the schools have had some spikes in the recent COVID-19, so they've actually gone to the virtual school. It's a district by district, whereas down here in Collier County, we're the size of the state of Delaware. Allegheny County, where Pittsburgh is located, is made up of a lot of different schools. So you have a lot of superintendents and a lot of school boards making the individual decisions. And I think overall, the consensus, being a former teacher, that I've been hearing from family and friends and former colleagues is that they're welcome back and they're happy to be back in the classrooms as long as everybody can do it safely.
Yeah, well said. But as that relates to home, here in Collier County, we had 4 choices. Now you have a little one, Jonathan. What did you and your beautiful wife, Liza, decide to do with Elizabeth?
So it breaks our heart, but she is home with us right now because, one, we have family in town right now for a week, and we have a week of transition, and then we're actually traveling back to Pittsburgh for about a week. So our goal would be to have her enrolled in school full-time when we return from Pittsburgh, when things can be back to normal. But right now we have her virtually because she's logging in, from the beach, logging in from the pool. She's really enjoying her best life in virtual school.
As a kindergartner. As a former kindergarten teacher that your wife is, Liza, she's like, I wanted her to have the school experience. So
yeah, I do too. It's important. She would really do well with the social aspect of school. We're really looking forward to that.
Yeah, for sure. But that brings us back to home. What does home look like? If you need to work from your home, if you need a place to school your children, if you need, the place to hang out and do all that stuff, do you need extended family? Does your home, is able to handle all that? And, is your current home and what's your next home? What's that next move look like? As you mentioned, Jonathan, we are really low on inventory right now across the country because people are moving. Gosh, interest rates are historically low. Now, I'm a little older, Jonathan. Okay, maybe a lot older, but interest rates in my first house, I think, were like 10%, and my second house, I think, it went up to 14%. I mean, it was just outrageous. And what are we now thinking? 2 and 3%. So the move is fueling the fact that money is so cheap. It's almost like the government's giving it to us, right?
Right.
And so that looks at what does life look like, and what and extended families. You said people are bringing their families together. Down here, grandma and grandpa are getting the bigger house so that the kids aren't back in school, and mom and dad, their kids, their personal kids versus their grandkids, can work from here, and they all want to be together, which when we went in lockdown, together is awesome. And together also stretches, your home life, right?
Absolutely.
And for us, down here in Southwest Florida, we had our pools and we had the beach and we had outdoors, and where doing that lockdown was very much like Disney World. And I don't know how Pittsburgh was, because I wasn't talking to my peers there, but in like Connecticut and New York, it was like in a concentration camp. People were dying around everybody. It was just horrible. Talk about that in Pittsburgh. How did that look in, March, April, May timeframe?
Well, before all this hit, I didn't have many people who were looking to come from Pittsburgh to Southwest Florida, just because, like I said before, it was more of a retirement opportunity for them. Since this whole thing has hit, I've now helped 4 families. I'm in the process of helping 4 families move specifically from my area, and another one as well. And like to your point, Mary, I'm used to selling the traditional Florida home, the 1-story Florida home, maybe on the water or close by. I can't tell you how many people have been asking for the upstairs, a space for like you said, for their kids to get away, to relax and do the work. And it's something that's maybe not the most traditional home in Florida, but for me, I'm definitely seeing an uptick in what people are looking for and changes that are happening based on their needs for the family.
Well, I totally love that. I know we're coming to the end of our show here, Jonathan. Give some last parting thoughts, and then tell everybody how they can reach you.
All right. So if you guys are looking to find your piece of paradise down here in Naples, and you might not think that you can afford it just yet, but we promise you that you can, and we'll help you find that awesome spot for you. Maybe get your retirement home now and build the equity for long term to help you out. You can reach me at my cell phone. You can call or text anytime. It's 239-208-6406, or you can reach me at jb@thebartosgroup.com.
I love that. And for you local folks here in Southwest Florida, if you're looking to sell, I want you to give JB a call as well, because there's nobody better than JB that's getting houses sold and using our marketing that the Bartos Group provides in a new and exciting way. And so, JB, we need more inventory, right?
Yeah, I need more inventory, absolutely, to sell to my buyers. 2 listed last week and ready to list 2 more.
Absolutely. So until next time, we look forward to seeing you here in Paradise, whether you're buying, selling, or just hanging out. We welcome the opportunity to see you here. Ciao for now.